Do you think that's acceptable?
Why?
I really thought it was inappropriate.
What is he doing? He thinks he's at a nudist beach, doesn't he?
By the sea, cameraman Phil is once again the centre of attention.
Well, I don't want to see Phil's Hampton rocking about, do I, first thing in the morning? And I'm sure the young girls don't.
And I'm feeling as if I'm 15, 16 again, and just accepting life for what it is, rather than thinking a 50-year-old and I'm out of my comfort zone. Get lost. Not at all, not for a moment. I've travelled 7 continents, climbed in the world's greater ranges, been to tropical islands, tropical rainforests, Antarctica, the high Arctic. But it's actually the people, not the locations, that interest me the most. In my game, trust is everything. If I lose that trust and respect, then game over.
Phil, a bit weird, was walking around with his willy out earlier. Some people didn't find it weird. I found it quite weird. And it was like he was almost doing it on purpose. I didn't really want to see it, to be honest.
Do you think that's acceptable?
Why?
I really thought it was inappropriate that you stood there bollock naked when girls are walking by. I don't care if you're free with your body or not. Some of these young girls may not be.
We're on a desert island.
I don't give a shit. It's disgusting.
What's the matter, babe?
In with his cock out when there's young girls walking by. He should have put his hand over it.
Oh, he's just standing there, like, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what her perspective is. I've never met anyone like her in my life. But I'm just going to let it go. Because life is too rich and beautiful for me to even contemplate worrying about it.
For the group, I should keep my mouth shut. But in my head, I said, if he does that in front of the young girls, I'll have him. And he did.
Do we have... Thank you very much. Can I ask a question? Do we have any more coconut husk?
A tropical downpour has hit the camp, and Phil has appointed himself fire monitor.
Phil. Right. Can I ask you?
Jane, I'm concentrating, please.
Phil, can I ask you? Can you just say, has anybody got any coconut husk? Can you not make it in order?
I can't move from this position, so I need help.
Dear God in heaven. Phil decides to go into dictator mode. Starts bargaining orders at everybody. If that's the way he is, he needs to seriously get a look at his cell, man. He's acting like a twat. A first-class prick.
It'll dry out. If it's shredded like hair, it'll dry out.
Without consulting the others, Phil decides to use the olive oil with all its precious calories to boost the fire.
Phil is a wally of the top order. And he ain't growing on me. If he is, he's growing like a wall.
It's a whole bottle of olive oil, which was done as the whole 5 weeks. Unfortunately, we've only got probably, an inch left. It's really quite depressing, actually, to see that. Isn't it? It really is.
Annoying. It was a lit fire, it was burning, it had flames on it, and half a bloody litre of olive oil gets poured all over it.
You have no idea how furious I am about that.
Well, it was the option using
ridiculous.
an accelerant. It's not ridiculous.
It
We
is.
wouldn't have
Those
had
are
a fire.
calories. These are a group
I totally
calories.
understand. I made
it was
an
a single
informed-
decision. This is a group.
Without that, we would have no food. Without the fire, we'd have no water.
The fire was lit. The fire was lit and burning.
I'm going to close it from my point of view because I'm standing by my decision. I was making a decision that needs to be made.
And it was a very, very poor decision.
OK, we'll have to agree to disagree.
If you actually just went, do you know what, guys? Yeah, that was really stupid of me, wasn't it?
Wasn't.
At the time, I
Then the
wasn't thinking,
conversation would
and I
have
just
been
tried to do
dropped.
it. Then everybody would go, exactly, mate. done and dusted.
But that's
'Cause you've
saying
learned from
something
your decision.
fundamentally I don't believe in, and
But how can 7 people be wrong and 1 right?
Yeah.
I don't get that. If 7 people
as I've said
are saying...
before, it's not a matter of wrong or right. I made a judgment call. Guys, we're getting into the realms of a circular, go-nowhere conversation. I'll stick by my decision.
The rest of us think it's appalling.
Okay?
There you go.
Fair dues.
In survival situations, the simple fact is that people make mistakes. And that's okay. The important thing, though, is accept them and learn from them. Even more important in these sort of high-pressure situations is to show a little humility. Admit your mistakes, rebuild relationships.
I can be a pain in the arse, but at the end of the day, I can't get on with everybody all of the time.
No. He just doesn't think he's wrong at all. Whatever happens, he will blame somebody else. He will never hold his hands up and say, look, I'm sorry, I've dropped a bollock.
Phil is doing my head in. He just orders people about without any consideration, because the only way you can deal with him is just walking away.